Hello guys, all right, so what to expect for this week crypto market outlook? New month, first day of July, and maybe in the second half of this year. So should we see a relief rally coming in for crypto market? They've been down since last month as well. And of course, we can see the winter mute, okay? Warning about crypto bear market isn't over as capitulation is about to hit again. So yeah, we're still yet to get the capitulation. And these perma moves are still quite daring to say that the bottom is moving. We're not seeing those moves getting really wrecked at the moment. Still having the confidence in the market, still daring to say that this is already the bottom. Okay, so yeah, I think there are a lot of signs that are still left over in this bear market before we can see a full bottom for this market. Okay, so you can see that the conditions still remain weak, although a confirmed bottom has not yet formed. Okay, right. Then of course we look at the EMA or the moving average, the 200 moving average have also dipped below it. So usually when it dips below that 200 big, usually that's where the time to actually buy. Okay, that's the time where it is really undersold or probably oversold. Okay, and that's the time when you really want to accumulate. Okay, so Wintermute linked the sell-off several outside pressure, including Nasdaq, yes, stronger dollar, and then cited fading AI trade momentum or higher or longer rate recognition. Okay, so there are a lot of concerns there that's come for the crypto market. We're talking about not only AI, but of course for Nasdaq at 7,500 million of the high, and how is crypto is going to cope once the stock market is going to have a major correction. Okay, all right. So yeah, this is the only concern right now for BTC. Retesting the 200-week moving average. Okay, all right. Already below, and we are down below 60K. Okay, as of now. All right. So should we see July a relief rally? That is the most important thing, because we have the Clarity Act coming in on the 17th of July, which is another 16 more days. Should this actually bring the price back up for the short term for a lower high and for a relief rally, and then you should see another pullback again for the month of August, right? Okay, and then of course we look at ETH as well. ETH underperforms, right? I think it's one of the most underperforming asset in crypto, right? If you were to compare other alts, okay, I think Ethereum is one of the worst performing. Okay, so currently it's down 7.9%. Okay, like I said, usually if Ethereum against Bitcoin chart has to strengthen during a bear market, it is pointless. Okay, it is absolutely pointless even for the alt as well, right? So this type of move often appears when traders reduce exposure into higher beta assets, so it reflects lower demand risk across the wider crypto market. All right, so it doesn't make any difference, right? Okay, so the bear market is here. No matter how strong you are, you still feel the weakness. Okay, so Ethereum tends to really underperform during this time as well. Now, if Bitcoin uses stronger support, Ethereum could face added downside pressure. So does the alts. Okay, so ETH often reacts sharply when Bitcoin breaks key long-term levels now, which is not good, right? Because everything is all following for BTC move. Because if BTC dips, then Ethereum also will underperform. So that's your alt as well. Okay, so this is a thing that you need to look into. And there's a few people who eagerly wanting to buy the dip. And I ask them, why are you in a rush? Why is there need to even buy at this stage? Especially you want to buy alts. Right? You should be looking at buying or focusing on BTC at the moment rather than alts. Well, these alts again will get right if BTC goes down again. So that's the thing, right? You want to DCA on BTC for now. Because we have plenty of time to actually get in. Right? Especially Q4 onwards this year. And then leading up to 2027. We have plenty of time. You don't have to rush. But just because everyone said, no, this is the time to actually get in. Right? But that's the thing. You want to wait for confirmation signal rather than entering. Right? Unless you really have the kind of strategy. Right? You don't really bother, right? You just want to DCA. So that's on you. Right? If your own strategy, go with it. Okay, every week you, you put in about $1,000, right? So you don't care whether the price goes up or goes down, you just dump it 1,000 every time, every single week. Okay, you feel the blue run. So that's the thing. So moving on next, talk about stable coins, right? So stable coins also cause a concern, especially when it comes to the Clarity Act. So this is a big hindrance when this Clarity Act is going to. How is the stable coin is going to fit in or blend in with the Clarity Act? Then of course we have JP Morgan, right? Warning about stablecoin yields could really push test to Clarity, which is also another concern. Because all those Ethereum, DeFi, whatever staking, whatever yields that we are receiving from those RV, from those layer 2 platforms that providing this kind of yield, lending and borrowing yield, how is this thing going to fit in, right? Especially when it comes to yield. So it's also another concern. Unless it's just a native crypto, like just a standalone crypto, then it's fine. But if you don't bring in stablecoin yield, that's where the challenge is. So stablecoin yields gain fresh attention, right after JP Morgan given a warning. Okay, that could create bank-like risk without bank-level safeguards. Okay, so the warning came as lawmaker prepared for a push, okay, which is on the 17th of July, right? And then mentioning that US still has a chance to lead the finance. However, the bank argued that leadership depends on stricter rules, not speed. Yeah, I think we have seen the likes of Michael Saylor, right? The moment when he introduced his STRC program, which is currently giving about 12%. Right? So when you provide yields like this is going to be a concern. Where are you going to generate yields and how significant you're able to cover in the event if things go wrong? So that's the thing. Okay. We would prefer just a standalone crypto rather than providing yield. Because if you're providing yield, it's going to cause a lot of conflict. It's going to cause a lot of complicated type of issues, very complex because of the yields. Okay. Right. So yeah, we look at JP Morgan, right? They did not reject crypto regulation, but instead warned that clarity can become risky, okay, when major gaps remain open. So what are the major gaps? Explore yields. This is the problem. When all these type of layer 2 come in, okay, all those RV, DeFi, curve, okay, compound, start to come in, and then they provide this kind of yields, it is going to be messy. So that is the only concern. So now we have this stable coin. Now a lot of stable coin keep issuing out. Okay, not only from Coinbase, but there's so many right now with stable coin company coming up with their own stable coins. So these are the things that we will tackle as well. Okay, so first thing that comes to mind is that the biggest worry is stablecoin yields. When we look at rewards, cashback, or yields can resemble deposit returns. If those products lack capital, liquidity, and consumer protection, customer will misunderstand. There you go. This is the thing. Okay, this is the big concern. I talk about the lack of what? Okay, misunderstanding the risk from customer. Okay. Right. So that's the thing. When you provide this kind of product, when providing yield back, okay, so this is where the danger is. Okay, so in simple terms, right, shadow banking happens when bank-like activity moves outside normal banking oversight. And then this could increase the risk of runs during market stress. Users may pull funds quickly to confidence drop. Now, this is so low, right? When you know there's a bank run, people will try to block. And we know that something goes wrong with that platform. People already start to panic and they want to really withdraw out from the ecosystem. Yeah, so there you go. Right, so many issues, and I really hope that the Clarity Act only allows for a standalone crypto rather than stablecoin yield, because it's going to get messy. If they can able to just confirm, especially on just USDC and USDT without the yields, that will be even greater measure. And then, of course, the standalone crypto, which are the crypto that we want to go for? The native one like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, XRP, or whichever it is, the top 10, top 20. So if you are able to do that, it is already very good. Okay, so that's the only concern. And moving forward, okay, we should actually encourage approval of this type of things because it's not going to get any better. We have already seen the like of MicroStrategy and SPRC. We can see a lot of polls that have a lot of fight, and people do not like it, and the market also. So it creates a lot of stress and uncertainty for the crypto market. That's for sure. Okay, so moving on next, right? Talk about Solana. Okay, so how is Solana doing with or without the retail? So can Solana, okay, talk about the network activity alone. Can it able to drive and break all the way to $82? That's the most concerning part here. Can it able to continue to trend? Or should we see another downwards fall again? Okay. So the activity on chain has accelerated sharply. Okay, with network participation reaching the strongest levels in months. Okay. All-time high sitting at 4.51 million of active wallets. If you look at the sentiment data here, right, this is the 4-month high of on-chain activity. Okay, so price went up. Why? I think also because of the contribution from Ansem. He recently just issued out his own coin, I think, Ansem. So I think that's where retail starts to come back in. I think that is definitely short term. These are all hype again. So this actually pushed the Solana network for now. Okay, so this indicates that the Solana network is now supporting prices through growing usage, not just because of price are increasing. Okay, let's see. The bigger test will come later on for Q4. Okay, so tokenized equities expense Solana's utility. Right, so we have the likes of Act stock. Okay, we have many companies, stock companies are joint venturing or probably using the Solana ecosystem to tokenize the stocks, especially the US market stocks. So that could be also another thing that boosts the activity on Solana itself. Okay, so that could be one major signal. And then stablecoin supply remains high as well, and continued increases in the net rich inflows of total value lock. And then of course with virtual trading as well. Okay, so many are also trading, right? So probably there are a few who are still actively trading again during the bear market as well. Now recovery faces its biggest test. Like I mentioned, Q4 is the break it for Solana. Will Solana continue to rally from here? Continue to break above 80, or should we see a below? Should we see to break below $70 and then continue with 40 and 30 later on? So the recovery also leaves Solana close to printing its first green bottom candle after 9 consecutive great months. Okay, signaling improving buyer confidence. Right. So there you go. Okay. So these are the things to take note during this time. But yet again, no matter how bullish it is, I would rather wait rather than entering that, because we are still yet to really find the bottom, and it's still not settled yet for the market for crypto. Again, so there are a lot of things ongoing. I would rather sit, spot, and chill rather than entering like that without any confirmation. All right, so that gives us next, right? So we talk about AI, a lot of things that is ongoing with AI and how AI actually affects the crypto market as well. Partly a major effect on the interest of the retail. Okay, and then of course we talk about the GPU, right? GPU mining. All the market share are heading towards AI rather than crypto. That could also drain, okay, all right, the liquidity as well. And mostly is the interest. People are fed up, especially during the bear market. So they want to pivot their interest from crypto probably to AI. Talk about automation. We talk about building an app, venturing into something new which excites them. That could be the thing as well. So even as for me as well, right, moving into from crypto to AI for now, upskilling myself. So what's happening now with the AI industry? Okay, so if you are using Claude AI besides ChatGPT. I think so. Recently they came out with this model called Claude Fable 5, which is also known as Mythos, which is quite dangerous and quite powerful as well. Until the US government had to step in to intervene, okay, to stop, okay, for this model to go out live. So I think it went out about 24 to 48 hours after that ban. Now they have fully lifted the ban, and now I think it's accessible to everyone. Okay, 1st July is today, right? So we have been using Claude. Okay, you might want to check because this is actually a huge breakthrough. Okay, all right. And if you're not using Claude, right, I have a 7-day free pass that is especially for you. You're yet to use the AI, or if you're in GPT, ChatGPT, maybe you might want to try Claude. Okay, again, you can be able to DM me or send the intro link or referral link so that you guys can sign up for free and try out for 7 days, which is very, very good. Because what's happening right now with Anthropic, right? So they have already received a notice from the Department of Commerce that they're going to lift this ban. Okay. And now it's going to restore this Cloud Fable 5, Mythos 5 as well. Okay. So what does this actually mean? This ban has been updated. Okay. All right. So this is going to be a huge thing. Okay. Right. So the original directive landed on control just 3 days after the models went live. Right. Cited national security concerns, potential jailbreak. Okay. All right. So now, since they have already restored access, which is a huge breakthrough, because this is going to be very, very huge. Okay. Not only for crypto, right, but for the whole industry, who's pivoting into AI. So if you are into crypto and you're yet to use AI, this is a time you might want to try out. Okay. So instead of doing normal work, leverage on Claude, okay, for about 7 days to see how much of potential it can able to minimize your workload, okay, by using it now. Right. So this is a thing, which is huge breakthrough. Okay, so yeah, you can see why Claude Fable 5 and Mythos 5 matter so much. Why? It's because it is built on a powerful Mythos class architecture that ships with enhanced safeguards for general use. Because why? Because I think before the launch of Mythos, there have been a lot of contract exploit, especially on the Zcash. I think some insiders have access to the Mythos before the official launch, and they really crack the code for those contracts, smart contract, right? Successfully exploit Zcash especially. So this could also cause a major damage if this thing goes wild, if it's untamed, if it's uncontrolled, which is considered very dangerous. So now they are actually really limiting the permission, right? Based on your prompt, based on what you do with it. So Mythos 5 targets more sensitive workloads, right? The model shares the same underlying architecture, but includes enhanced safeguard for cybersecurity applications. See that? Mythos 5, I think, is one of the most powerful and most dangerous as well. And it's only distributed for companies, selective companies. It's not for public matters. The one public is only for Fable Cloud, which is already inbuilt safeguard. Okay, we cannot simply hack. We cannot able to go to those Ethereum smart contract hacking. So it's very impossible. Okay, because already they work hand in hand with the US government, so everything is really restrictive. If you look at it, right? But if you look at other perspective, how you can be able to use Fable 5 for Mythos or Fable 5 alone, okay, to do wonders, talk about creating websites, talk about programming, things that you have an idea that you want to really execute, but you don't have the skill. That's where Fable 5 comes in, okay, to execute on your ideas for you. That is the brilliant. Now moving on next, right? So we talk about the on-chain analysis. So this is the masses, the crowd. What is the crowd saying here? Okay, so this. So everyone has their opinion, okay, on what everyone is thinking right now. So I'll be adding mine as an update of Bitcoin for the collected masses, right? So what's really happening is that most of the perma votes mentioning that Bitcoin is in and finally did it, right? This is what you're saying in the timeline in crypto Twitter. Oh, the bottom is in. There's no way that it's going to breach the 60K support, right? Probably it will dip below 60K, maybe around 58 or 57. And then that's where it will start to bounce. And that's where everyone get caught off guard. Okay. And then there are lots of confidence claims that the cycle bottom is in, citing some profit loss metric at cycle bottom levels, bullish divergence forming on the RSI. There's a catch. Then this sentiment It's a far cry from the typical apathy and overwhelming doom narratives I've seen previous quarters. Right? So there you go. This is the same, right? Bitcoin is in. Okay, we did it. Okay. All right. So now we are at this level now. So what's happening? Same thing, similar. Bottom is in. No more bear market cycle, business cycle. Then everyone's bearish. What if you're missing out on the balance sheet? Then came down here again. Okay. So there you go. So we need to have this perma moves for those rich buyers to get completely right, completely lost hope, everything. Then they've given up, throwing in the towel. That's where we can see when they say Bitcoin will never recover. They literally throw everything, really given up, shifting their focus to something else. That's where we really want to all the consolidation. All this consolidation period is where we want to take. So that's the key there. Okay. Q4 is the key for the consolidation. And we have plenty of time to actually, so we don't have to rush. So we talk about the progress of the bear market. So currently we're at 73%. Very soon it's going to end. Time flies like nobody's business. Last year, October, we had peak 126K. And now fast forward to July this year, 73% of the bear market. Okay. So July to October, how many months? August, September, October. Another 3 more months to mark 1 year from the top. Right? So Bitcoin has been a bear market since the 6th of October. Historical bear markets from top to bottom have been roughly 1 year long. Right? So another 3 more months. That will mean we are already 73% of the view. And then if Bitcoin has another 12 months bear market, right? So good news, we could be pretty far along. There you go. So this is the thing about the bear market. So hopefully, if historical can able to rhyme like this is a very good opportunity. 1 year time. We have another 3 more months to mark the 1 year from the last high of the 126 here. Okay, 3 months from now. Very soon. 3 months consolidation. And then it will take a while. So by next year, Q1, Q2, hopefully we see some movement, okay, towards the upside. So we're gonna prepare. You gotta prepare, okay, for this Q4. Very important. And then talk about trading leverage. Yet again, I mentioned to you guys, if you are not a professional trader, please do not touch trading. Okay, you are better off holding the stables in your hot wallet or in your exchange account, rather than having an itchy hands to start buying low and selling high and taking 5x, 10x leverage, thinking thinking that you should be productive, thinking that you should be doing something, but at the end of the day, you lose everything. So this is the example of this person, right? Lost everything this cycle. Why? Why is it? Because of what? Addiction. And then end up 40,000 of that. I know I'm not the only one. Many merchants have lost it as well, right? I have slowly begun to rebuild. Full-time job, 60 hours a week. Can you imagine? Now you got a chance to actually stack and chill, to focus on crypto full-time. But because of your itchiness, your hands are getting itchy. Because of you thinking that, okay, if I'm going to sit down there and doing nothing, I don't feel productive. So therefore, I feel that I need to enter the market, to at least do something about my USDT or stables to 5x, 10x. But at the end of the day, you lose everything. So these are type of person that you have to really take. If you are that type of person, then you have to really rethink the game. Are you a professional trader? If you are not a professional trader, again, I tell you, you don't want to waste your time. Don't waste your time in trading. Just focus on stacking, buying in spot, chill, okay, and sell when the timing is right. Okay, because this trading thing, you got to learn. You got to pay tuition fees. You got to buy course. You got to learn from others. You cannot just trade like that. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, and then we're gonna talk about what? Okay, the longer you stay on the wrong train, the more expensive it is. Okay, to get home. Right. So again, like I said, sunk cost fallacy. Buying the alts till now is still holding. and you have never even take out your capital. Okay, holding and holding and holding, hoping that the alts can be able to deliver, be able to recover back from the entry point. But instead, what happened? It gets lower and lower, and the drawdown gets deeper and deeper from 50, 70, and then 99%. So what are you going to do about it? And then you bury your head 100%. Okay, so that's the thing. This is another scenario. This is talking more towards the health trading. So the trading. I went into this space with the purposeful intent and knew what the trade-off be for sitting and staring at screens for 16 to 18 hours a day, averaging one to 2K steps a day, sporadic time at the gym, forgetting to eat, and nutrition being quite subpar in addition to high stress and continuous basis as well. So this is the thing that is killing you, especially when you talk about trading. Why? Because it's addictive. And you can't take your eyes off the screen if you are at a loss or a drawdown or unrealized loss. That's where you start to panic or stress. So these are the things that you really have to take note as well. So what you neglect is your health, is your consciousness on the real world. So instead of touching grass, you keep staring on the screen. All right, you should be focused on other things rather than trading. And that's the problem with most people. Okay, now here, the longer you stay on the train, the more expensive it is to get home. Why? So I have a highly obsessive personality that I fixate on something. Okay, all right, when I decide to do something, it takes the force of nature to determine. Discipline has always been an area of the strength. Okay, so the first 2 months were difficult because yes, as soon as I made the decision to make changes, life started throwing curveballs. Yeah. So this is talking about real life situation. But if we talk about crypto, I've already mentioned, the more you keep holding on your alts, knowingly you should dispose, knowingly you should cut loss, but you still don't refuse, right? You still hoping and looking into those crypto Twitter, going to Telegram groups, Discord groups, looking for positive, wishful thinking. Oh, because this coin will continue to go up. Just continue to trust the process, right? So you continue to believe in all those lies, all those wishful thinking, positive vibes only. So end up what happened? Things goes down and down and down until you don't know your senses at all. This journey. So end up you lose confidence, you lose the faith, and eventually you call crypto a scam. That is what most newbies are actually are right now. Like, oh, I trusted you, I trusted the community. How can you do that? Right? How can the owner do this to us? Suddenly abandon ship. Now I've seen many on Telegram as well. Okay, many, especially those okay, do not know what is happening. You just buy, hodl, right, all the way up, all the way down. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, and then we talk about airdrops. We have GRBT season 2 is completed. So the TGE will be this month. If you have been doing GRBT, okay, you might want to check. Okay, maybe you got something from them. If you have been trading, okay, you got your points, you might want to claim. So that's the thing about trading. You want to trade for airdrops, not for profit. I've been saying many times, if you really, really want to trade, you need to have a strategy. What is a strategy? If you're not a professional trader, you might want to target to get the airdrop rather than the profits. So that is another session. Okay, and then moving on next. Okay, we talk about Squid Router token sale. This is also another platform that taken us for ride for about 2 years. We've been doing this, and then now they open a token sale instead of airdrop. So if you've been into this, maybe you might want to check this token sale because I think not many people want to join. Okay, after what the owners have done to the community, totally lost trust on Squid Router. Should we look at it? People have been spending fees, and then now they're doing the token sale. So I don't know how this thing is going to perform during this bear market to open sale on this tilted July. Okay, and then coin market cap, you can see BTC is at 59.7, ETH 1.6, okay, Solana 76, okay, Hyperliquid 64. Now look at last 24 hours, we have Green Core 10%, 63%, Jupiter 14%, Morpho 12%, XLM 12%. Okay, then technical. Look at the dominance, we can see price also is breaking towards the downside, now hovering in the support zone. Okay. And then now already broke below the lower EV, Sell, so short-term pullback before heading down again. So dominance is down now. Let's look at ETH against Bitcoin. Now, ETH against Bitcoin is slowly starting to rally again. Okay, slowly starting to rally. Some out are slowly starting to point its bottom and continue to rally. But again, let me tell you this: you don't have to rush, because I can tell you most of the outs are still down, are still in slumber. Okay, so look at the weekly time frame, still consolidating sideways. Probably this could be the bottom. And then the next level will be the middle band here, 0.2878. Look at the daily time frame, you can see most likely to bottom from here. And then the next level is the top here for ETH plus Bitcoin. Okay, so higher highs, higher lows, most likely consolidating to break higher. Now we look on next with the USDT dominance. So you can see the dominance now slowly starting to come down again. But you can see the closing is already above here, 8.7, which is very strong for USDT. So most likely people are moving their assets, converting their asset into stables at the moment. You can see already close above, which is a very strong sign. So probably a pullback that could lead us back around here, 8.11. Consolidate or hitting under. That is the USDT. So overall, it is very bullish, but daily already you can see double extreme. So probably I would expect a pullback 8.75, probably leading up back to 8.13%. Okay, so yeah, I think that's the thing. And then what else? Look at BTC now, 59.6. So now it's slowly starting to rally again. Yeah, this is the relief rally, maybe short-term relief rally for the month of July. So your 58.9, right, needs to maintain. Okay, 58.9, the critical support, look at the time frame. Okay, break. This is the critical level, right? It needs to break above now. So here is 65.9. By the look of it, it is very, very strong now to really come back, because this is the entry sell, 64.8. Okay, then we look at daily. Now, daily, we can see momentum sell, back entry sell, so it's slowly starting to grind. But we know that it is already downtrend. All these levels to watch, so 60.8. Then on H4, price slowly starting to break out again. So the H4 time frame, this is the middle band, this is a break above confirmation, and then you'll probably break above the top here. Okay, all right. Okay, so yeah, I think this is the thing. Okay, and then let's move on next with ETH 1.6. Now the money time frame. So money time frame also you can see 1.6. Okay, right, 1.6, and now it's slowly starting to consolidate. Okay, then we look at the weekly time frame here as well. Momentum sell, entry sell, break down again. So a reversal probably will bring back around 174. Okay, momentum sell, entry sell, consolidating, and then level here. Okay, the middle band will be next at 1,666. But overall, I can say it's still downtrend, so nothing to shout about. Short-term pullback, probably to give you back on the result for 1.748. And the middle band here probably will give you about 2K, the least, and then heading down again. So the other outs, right, that we are going to look at XLM. Excellent. What's happening now? Excellent. Monthly time frame. Let me see here. Again, so you can see on the money time frame, this is on monthly. Okay, descending, pullback. Okay, now below the middle band. So there could be a concern. Okay, for excellent. This is the current support, right? In sense, look at the time frame. Extreme sell, back, consolidating. Okay, so every time you can see descending pump, descending again, consolidation pump. Now probably you might do a consolidation period around here for 4 months or this year, or Q3, Q4, right? Maybe like consolidate before we see another excellent. Then on daily, what do we see on daily now? Slight W pattern. Okay, slight W pattern here. Okay, so here you see, and on H4 also you can see. What do we see on H4? Down, descending, break, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, again. So overall, we can see the excellent setup is looking quite bullish on shorter time frame to actually ready for H4. Okay, so that is XLM. Then moving on next, we have what else? Let's look at the PIF network. So PIF, almost 4 cents there. Look at that. The all-time high, I don't think this is the right chart. So point at least 1.2. 1.18. Now it's already what? Almost 4 cents. 96% drawdown. So there you go, right? How much of movement this thing is going to go? Look at the weekly time frame. Consolidating, rejected again on the middle band. So we see a break above middle band at 4 cents. And then on the daily time frame, okay, could be a W bottom here. Okay? Here. Then cross this level as well. 4 cents, right? The top here. So it needs to break above that. H4, higher highs, high lows, high highs, high lows, consolidation. So let's see this consolidation. Push up. If not, we're probably going to revisit around zones here. 3.5 cents. Up to the middle band at 0.36. Okay, for PIF. Now, next, okay, what else we have here? Okay, the stake, Aerodrome, base stats. Okay. So for 0.048, price still down, probably, maybe this could be the bottom here. See? This level here, 0.32. But we have a lot of resistance here. This level just broke, so we're going to see next resistance around this one here, 0.57, 7 cents. Now we look at the weekly time frame, see as well, price down, consolidating, break, pull back again. Now trying to break past the top on this resistance here, 52 cents. Okay. And then on daily time frame, you can see what's happening in this. So need to sell to buy solution. Okay, so probably maybe this could already be an end for the rally, and we should see a downward pullback from here for Aerodrome. Right. And what else do we have here? So let's look at Aptos. Aptos, 59 cents. And it is already down, right? Or this was the high, right? Of $20. 20 to 59 cents. That is 96% drawdown. So that's the thing. I've been telling you guys, yet you guys don't listen. Still holding on to it, still narrowing the backs, still refuse, reluctant, thinking that continue to go up. Okay, so that's the aftermath of the from a bull to a bear market, right? 3.41 resistance. Look at the weekly time frame. What's happening? Down momentum, sell, back, entry, sell, breaking lower. So overall, this is very, very bearish. Momentum, sell, back. Probably, maybe I'll give you a short-term relief rally to break past the middle band at 63 cents, leading up all the way to the top to get these at 70 cents. That could be my pick here. Descending, all right, descending channel, then suddenly break. So a break, fully break, okay, able to break past the top, maybe will be good. Going to see probably next level here, 60 cents leading up to the 63 cents. That's the only thing right now. While overall it's super extremely bearish. Then going to check again the committee whether are they working something development or probably responding for right. Okay, guys.